Hey, what's up, my uplifting life partners? This is Ron Simplified Myers. Today, I wanted to come talk to you guys about the night that changed my life forever in terms of relationships. Now, it had to do with the fact that, first, let me go back and share that the first 9 years of my life are pretty much most of the people that spoke into my life was my mom or seven sisters, so eight girls, my grandma, and then my sister, even though she was a year younger. Those were the people that were teaching me about relationships, life in general. I had a couple of guys around me, but the major influence that was going on in my life was those 10 ladies. At about the age of 9 is when the guys really started to come in and started to play a major role. They started to teach me sports. And of course, when it came to relationships, how to be the man. And the man was having as many women as possible, taking as many of them to bed as possible, having the main woman on the side. Those are the things that was taught. I want you guys to understand, we keep saying, why is it that guys can't be loyal? That was never taught. Never. I was never told about being with one woman and being committed to one woman. So you guys know we've always talked about the fact that people do things for one or two reasons, either to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. For me and for a lot of guys, because of what's been taught, it's pleasure having many women, which means it's pain to have one. The transformation for me took place with Terry when I realized it was more pleasure to have one and pain to have many. But the dream is what changed that and created that transformation. What it is, I would sleep, that would make it a dream, and I caught Terry cheating. And I just sat up real quick and I was like, whew, my heart was beating fast, my shirt was wet. I was like, man, just sweating. And I was like, whoo, man, you really care about this girl. And it had to be like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I called her up. I was like, I love you. I love you. Folks, I was committed from that day forward. I had made the decision at that point. There's nothing or no one that will ever come between us. And they never did. For those that don't know my story, I lost Terry 5 years ago. She passed away due to cancer. We're together for 32 years. And so when I made that decision, it held true. And because I was totally committed to that lady, again, because of that transformation in my thought process. For a lot of you, you're going to need to do that particular exercise now in your life so it doesn't become your reality. Because what happens is we get caught in taking people for granted and things for granted, things that we do all the time. We just we get used to it. You can't get used to that. You have to be able to make sure you're there. I went through that after she passed away. Originally, I was asking myself those questions. Were you there? Were you supportive? Could you have held her hands more than you did? You know what I mean? Just those kind of questions. And I feel very comfortable with the answers. And I'm at peace that the fact that I was always there and committed to my wife. And that is what has allowed me to be at peace because of the answers I was able to come to, the conclusions, I should say, I was able to come to on those particular questions. So I wanted to share with you guys how that took place for me and the night that did change my life forever, in hopes that, again, you take that, because I heard a long time ago that said everything will die or break depending on what it is. And it says, so do it in advance. And at first I was thinking that's a crazy idea. I mean, why would you want to imagine losing a family, a friend, or your car, you know, your favorite car being all dinged up or whatever? Why would you want to do all that kind of, that doesn't make any sense. But the more I read it, the more it made sense to me. And it made even more sense because that's exactly what happened with the dream, is that I had this, and it wasn't planned though, but fortunately I had it. The incident occurred and I saw the results and I didn't like what was about to take place. But fortunately, again, it was a dream. So I was able to address that to make sure it didn't become my reality. So again, for some of you, you may have to evaluate your relationships and what's going on in your life and see if you've gotten into habits and you're taking people for granted. And you may have to do that exercise. You don't have to have them pass away and stuff. That's not what I'm saying. It may just be that they're in another state and therefore you can't see them. You can't spend time with them. Whatever it is, you know, where there's something where you're not able to have access to them. And come back to the reality and understand, but I can do something about that right now to make sure that I won't regret later because I didn't take it serious today. And as you guys know, it ain't right, it ain't wrong, it is my opinion. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's ronsyouchannel.com if you're not on the site right now, but it's ronsyouchannel.com. Go subscribe, share the videos with others. It is definitely appreciated because that's my objective, is to simplify relationships in life because we're making this stuff way, way more complicated than it needs to be. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.